somewhere else, fighting somewhere. So the Americans, they waited until Leclerc came, and Leclerc went into Paris.
And the communists came out and they were shooting. They
Yeah, there were some battles,
wow. I didn't get in my history book.
and I will tell you something else. The Germans did like Paris very much because Paris is Paris, huh? And they had champagne in all the nightclubs and all the girls and everything and everything. And all of a sudden, the Americans, it's a drink. one, how you call that?
Champagne or
No, not champagne. As much as the German were drinking champagne, which is very German also, drink champagne. American, they did drink champagne.
Pepsi, Pepsi Cola,
Pepsi or
beer or something.
no, with the alcohol that come on, that you drink everywhere in America.
Beer, whiskey.
No,
I don't know.
without whiskey, let's say whiskey.
Okay.
So, but the price of a whiskey is like that, and the price of a champagne is like that. So the nightclub, they say it's terrible. The Americans,
Uh, not good for
they
business.
don't drink.
Really?
They don't know how to drink.
We're a little gauche. We don't have culture.
I tell you exactly as it did.
Yeah.
I know because I went. That's another story that is, and you don't believe that type of story. Pearl, one day, it was just the liberation of Paris, yes, just. And Pearl say, you go to Paris, you have to go to the minister, I had to deliver something end to end. So she sent me to Paris. And to send to Paris, they give me, the commandant, to make me a joke, because we were always fighting about cars. He gave me a Lincoln Zephyr. Lincoln Zephyr, all brand new.
That's like a big Lincoln car. Nice.
The 12 cylinders. And I always said to take a curve, you have to do that, and then you take the curve. If you don't do that, you don't take the curve.
Oh, really? But this was different. But did you have gas? And they gave you all the gas you needed?
Yeah, but I had tickets for all the American gasoline all the way.
Wow.
American or French gasoline. But it was a piece of shit,
Oh.
that car. An absolute piece of shit, but they are very comfortable. You could be like that in the car. But once more, to turn like that, you have to be.
Oh, yeah, like a truck driver. Why did they give you the car, though?
I never asked.
Mm-hmm.
So that morning, of course, 100 people wanted to go. I had a crowd of people to go to Paris. I took 4 people. No, 5 people. We were 3 in the first chair and 3 on the backstage. And we went.
Mm-hmm.
Pass over the story of. I asked some gas to the Americans. I had a ticket for the gas, so they gave me a gallon, a jerry can of gas. So I put the jerry can of gas. I make 4 or 5 miles.
Wow.
You know why? There was that much water.
Oh,
Like,
gosh. How'd you ever make it to Paris from what, Central France? Oh, my God.
somebody they had sold for whatever it
Yeah.
is.
On the black market.
Yes. So, luckily enough, I had a car mechanics among my passengers. So he said, I'm going to fix that. So he cleaned up the thing of the water, and we went to Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And in Paris, there were absolutely no transportation. It was completely dead. There was no transportation.
Subway wasn't working?
No, nothing at all. So I made the taxi for my guys. I will drop you here, and here. And my parents had a very nice apartment in the center of Paris, between the Opera and La Madeleine. Very nice, And their apartment was on top of a theater, and there was a big door like that, the double big door. And so I drop all my people, and I go to Rue Comartin. I know Paris very well. I went to Rue Comartin. I stop right in front of the door. and stopping in front of the door, I heard a scratch in my back. The car was.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
I look like, and I see a man. I didn't recognize him first sight. I see a man who jumped from the car and come to my window. So I opened the window, and he told me, when your brother ask you, because in Briard I've been obliged to make you could not go straight, you were obliged to do like that. And there was a group of soldiers here, and there were maybe 25 of them, so I say, hey, I could come, so they understand, I could take nobody. When your brother in Briard, can you take him aboard? My brother and myself, he had become an SAS, you know, in England. He had been dropped on the 6th of in the night in
6th
Brittany,
of June,
you know?
in Brittany,
Yeah.
and D-Day or something.
Yeah, so the Special Air Service, you know, and so he had done all that. I had done all my things. We arrived exactly at the same minute with Martin.
Kismet. You hadn't seen him in a long time. You didn't even know he was
You
alive.
don't believe that type of thing, my dear.
In the middle of Paris.
You don't
Wow.
believe that. 2 years later.